about refrigerator Perry and just how hard he hit. And my mama told me homecoming games are the best on the banks of those late fall, late cartwheel sunsets. I wanted to be just like Jeff Davis when I grew up, tackling Seminoles and Bulldogs, playing football in the mud. So everybody sing Tiger Rag at the top of your lungs, and we'll party like it's 1981. Make those Death Valley lights shine brighter. And for good luck, we got Howard's Rock to beat the hell out of them old Gamecocks. It's a damn good day to be a Clemson Tiger. I feel really sorry for our sisters to the south, 'cause they come up here every other year and get punched in the mouth. Oh, and every home Saturday, it gives us the chills to watch those boys in orange run together down that hill. So everybody sing Tiger Rag at the top of your lungs, and we'll party like it's 1981. Make those Death Valley lights shine brighter. And for good luck, we got Howard's Rock to beat the hell out of them old Gamecocks. It's a damn good day to be a Clemson Tiger. Oh, somewhere up in heaven, Gaines Adams makes us sad, and that old Banks McFadden is the best damn running back. So everybody sing Tiger Rag at the top of your lungs, and we'll party like it's 1981. Make those Death Valley lights shine brighter. And for good luck, we got Howard's Rock to beat the hell out of them old Gamecocks. It's a damn good day to be a Clemson Tiger. It's a damn good day to be a Clemson Tiger. Everybody, damn good day to be a Clemson Tiger. Oh yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. Pigskin Pete here. Happy Saturday to everybody. Another great day to be on YouTube, to be joined with my favorite people on YouTube. Who doesn't like Saturdays? In a couple of weeks, we'll actually love Saturdays. Let's say hello to some of the people in the chat so far. I don't know why the description of this, the title of this video is reading what it's reading, because I changed it. So that's already pissing me off. I'm going to go ahead and change that while I do this. Anyway, OG Loke, good afternoon, sir. Orange, 1973. Good afternoon, my friend. SEC Football 2, Billy Dawson, Miranda Dansby. Miranda says she can't stay. That's depressing and sad. But whatever you have to do, I'm sure it's more important than hanging out with somebody like me. So have a good time and a good day. Let me just give me 2 seconds here, folks. Nick Bro, Jazzy TV, Leon Hurricanes. You know what? Bear with me 2 seconds if you can manage to do that, please. Okay, I'm done. All right, so listen, I just got home. I decided to go live. David in Atlanta, how you doing, sir? Yeah, David, I saw that you posted a video. I stopped in on your stream last night briefly while I had a minute. I saw that you said that somebody complained about your channel or something. That's ridiculous. I don't know what's wrong with people, that they would, you know, put a flag on someone's video. Obviously, they're losers and have no life. I don't get that at all, sir. So I hope you get your channel back up and running for streams sooner than later, so you can do your thing, sir. All right, so a couple of things that I had on my mind. So Mrs. Peete is actually in Atlanta right now. She's going to the Taylor Swift concert and to the College Football Hall of Fame. She's actually going there for the Taylor Swift concert with some of her friends from work. They've been planning this for months. And Pigskin Pete asked his loving wife to please, pretty, please make some time, at least an hour out of your day, to go to the College Football Hall of Fame and take some pictures for me, please. And she said she would, and I hope that she does do that. Tiger Nation, my boy, how you doing, sir? So anyways, yeah, David, I feel your pain, brother. I don't understand what that's all about. So a couple of things I want to talk about today. Now, I did go back and binge watch some of those NFL preseason games last night, like I said I was going to. A couple of things. The main thing, and I think I touched on this during yesterday's stream. Maybe it was the day before. I don't remember. But injuries. This is the one thing I hate about the NFL preseason. One of the things that I hate about the NFL preseason is injuries. Every single year we see this. We see season-long injury, season-ending injuries, rather. And I hate to see that. So a sixth-round draft pick, former Clemson wide receiver Deion Kane, tore his ACL last night playing against Seattle, and he's out for the season. And I hate to see this. I know there's been a couple of other injuries, season-ending injuries, that have happened in this preseason, and that's the worst part of the preseason. Now, I know you're going to say, Pigskin Pete, you can get injured in game one just as easy as you can get injured in the preseason. Well, that may be true. I get that, but it sucks to see these guys prepare for the season, all summer long. They're training, and then they go out there in a meaningless preseason game and tear their ACL or blow out their knee or whatever. It sucks. I hate it. 19 Savage says, why am I wearing a Bills shirt? I'll show you why, sir. Yeah. Read 'em and weep. Yeah, it's Sammy Watkins jersey, all-time Clemson great. That's why. Tiger Nation said he loves the hat. Yeah, I went hat shopping yesterday. So I picked up a couple of Clemson hats, a couple of Panthers hats. So, and you know what? I got to say, I don't know if the place, where I got my hats from was this place called Lids, which I think is, which I'm pretty sure is a national franchise. But before I went there, there's this place in Charleston called the Fan Zone. Now, I don't know if that's a Charleston company or somebody tell me, is there a Fan Zone store in another state where you guys live? Is it a franchise? It may be. I don't know. I've got a gripe with the Fan Zone. I'm extremely disappointed and upset with the Fan Zone. So if you're a CEO, a cashier, a janitor, it doesn't matter, of the Fan Zone, and you're watching Pigskin Pete's channel right now, I have to express my extreme disgust and disappointment with your selection. Now, I understand that the whole point of the Fan Zone is that they have apparel from every single team. It doesn't matter if it's baseball, college, NFL, whatever. They cover like 200 different teams. But if you have your store in the state of South Carolina, it would be nice to have more than 5 Clemson hats to choose from. And they have 20 49ers hats to choose from, but 5 Clemson Tiger hats to choose from. I was so disappointed that I walked out in disgust and rage and vowed to the friendly woman that was trying to help me find a hat that I didn't want that I would never be back again until they changed their selection. Yeah. College Football Maniac, how you doing, sir? A Pack fan. Good afternoon, 19 Savage. Welcome to the stream. So, anyway, I went to Lids and got some hats. And Lids had a much better selection, by the way. The other problem I have is when it comes to buying hats for Pigskin Pete is I have an abnormally small head. And the reason I have an abnormally small head is probably because I have an abnormally small brain inside of my head. So my head is too big for kids size hats and too small. Does everybody have a giant head? That's what I want to know, because every one of these hat stores, even online, it's either a large or an extra large if you wear a fitted hat. Now, I could fit 2 of my heads inside of an extra large hat. 19 Savage says, do a giveaway. 19 Savage, I'm glad you brought that up, sir. But I'll get to that in a second. I am planning on doing a giveaway, not right this second, but I'll explain that in a second. Orange 1973 says, yeah, I heard that on the way home last night. It was a horrible thing. Yes. Yeah, Darius Geis, another one. He plays for the Redskins, the former running back for the LSU Tigers, also tore his ACL. These are two, well, Darius Geis is a much higher recruited player than Deion Kane was. But still, you just hate to see that. Yeah, I wear my fitted hats. Anybody who's planning on sending Pigskin Pete a free fitted hat, I wear a small, medium, because they don't have small, medium, and large. They have small, medium, medium, large, large, extra large. Anyway, I wear a small, medium for anybody who knows or cares. And if you want to send me some free stuff, I'm just kidding. Don't. I'm not asking you to send me any free stuff. It was a joke. But anyway. Yes, so as far as the giveaway goes, well, listen, I'm doing what I'm planning on doing. I'm not giving away anything to anybody until I hit 1,000 subscribers. So hopefully that's sooner than later. Once that happens, I have several things planned. First of all, I'm going to do an epic video that's going to take me a while to make. And I also will be doing a giveaway. And I actually will probably be doing several giveaways during the college football season. So just keep an eye out. As of right now, today, the 11th of August, no giveaways, but I have a lot of things planned. But giveaways are definitely one of them. So stay tuned for that. A Pack fan says he's playing Madden and listening to Pigskin Pete. A pretty good day so far. That sounds like the best day in the history of all of mankind. Playing video games and listening to me. How could it get any better? I don't know. So I'll tell you the story. So I went to lunch today. Like I said before, Mrs. Pete is out of town. So it's just me, just the boys. I got my sons and my father-in-law is in town. So I went to, this is leading into, you get, I don't understand the way that some fan bases work. Self-hating fans. And when I say self-hating fans, what I mean is, if you grow up in the state of Texas, your parents are from Texas, you grow up there, why would you become a fan if you don't have any affiliation whatsoever with the Eagles? I'm just making an example here. This isn't part of the story. So why would you all of a sudden hate every team in Texas and hate, but love some other team in the part of the country, a part of the country you've never been before and have no affiliation with? I don't get it. So today I went out to lunch at a Mexican restaurant by myself. I went up to the bar, sat there, was eating. There was another guy sitting there with me. We were watching the golf tournament on TV. And we started small talk. We're just me and him sitting there. We're the only ones in there. We started talking about football. I'm wearing my Carolina Panthers hat. This numbskull is too much of a moron to even notice that I have a Panthers hat on. So he starts talking shit about the Panthers. And turns out he's a Cowboys fan. Well, to make a long story short, he starts trashing the Panthers. And I'm just sitting there listening. And I'm like, okay, so I said, where in Texas are you from? He's like, oh, no, I'm not from Texas. I'm from here. Or he's from Conway, which is right outside of Myrtle Beach. I said, okay, so your parents are from Texas then? He's like, no, my parents are from here too. And he went on to tell me how much he hates the Carolina Panthers and how garbage they are. That's what he said. They're trash. That's a trash football team. And I'm thinking, this guy grew up in South Carolina. His parents are from South Carolina. He hates the Panthers, but loves the Cowboys. And then he's telling me that the Panthers are trash. And I'm just sitting there licking my chops. I'm about to rip this guy a new asshole. He doesn't even know it yet. So I'm like, oh yeah, man, the Panthers are trash. I was like, yeah, they've won like 6 playoff games in the past 9 years. How many playoff games have the Cowboys won this decade? Silence. Yeah. Well, Cam Newton's he's the worst. He's one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. How many NFL MVPs did Tony Romo win? How many playoff games did Tony Romo win? Interesting. Yeah. Then, to top it all off, he starts talking about Clemson. He doesn't know I'm a Clemson fan. I didn't even mention it. He starts saying how he's a Texas Longhorns fan and that that Clemson is the most overrated college football team in the country. And I started laughing. And he's like, what's so funny? He's like, you're a Clemson fan, aren't you? I was like, yeah. And he said, well, I'm going to tell you right now, man, Clemson is due to be a 7 or 8 win team this year. It's just they've had 1 or 2 good years, but they're really just a 7 or 8 win team. I said, yeah, man, if you're a Texas Longhorns fan, it's easy to hate the best team in the country outside of Alabama. And then this guy, I'm about to cuss. Then this guy goes on to tell me, he says, oh, you must hate South Carolina. I said, yeah, I hate South Carolina. He goes, I really like Jake Bentley. He's better than that Trevor Lawrence kid. Shit, I'm dropping shit. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Oh. You have to bear with me. I'm knocking shit over here. Oh, I haven't even started drinking yet. This is, so, needless to say, I just laughed at the idiot. Clearly, he's inbred. Jesus Christ. I think I might have broke something here. See if this is still functional. Oh, Jesus. So anyway, the point of the story was, first of all, how much of a moron this guy was, which is clear and obvious. But I was crying and my glasses are actually fogging up. But I was literally about to just rip into this guy and just tear him a new asshole. When he said that Jake Bentley was better than Trevor Lawrence, I just considered him basically to be a special needs person, and I just laughed at him, and that was the end of that conversation. So, I'm sorry. I was ignoring you. You I wish I would have got that guy's name. That guy was a fucking classic. Let's see here. The Cowboys, listen, with all due respect to Sean from the Sports Fury, because he's a great guy and a great Cowboys fan, Cowboys fans are the Michigan fans of the NFL. The Cowboys haven't done anything this century. They haven't. What is it? It's 2018 now, right? If last time I checked, yeah, it's 2018. They haven't done anything this century, and they still we're America's team. Oh, we're the greatest team of all time. Tony Romo is a better golfer than he is a football player. The best player on your offense was Dez Bryant, and Dez Bryant can't even. His phone hasn't rang in 8 months. He's been a free agent for 8 months. His phone is not ringing. The Browns don't even want him. I can't wait till week 1 when the Panthers play the Cowboys. The Cowboys are Aaron Rodgers' children. The Cowboys are everybody's children. Let's see. Comic Dude 45 says that, did I hear about what's happening in Maryland right now? Comic Dude. We were just having a great time, laughing it up, yucking it up. And your name is Comic Dude. And you just came out with the most depressing question on Pigskin Pete's YouTube channel in the past month easily. I'll get into that later. Right now, I don't want to talk about it. But yes, I have heard about it. It's a terrible thing. I'll get into that. I will cover that before we get off the stream. I promise. Cowboys fans, hey, we went 13-3 2 years ago. Who lost the play? George, hello, sir. How you doing? George, I'm glad to see you're back on here, man. I know you're trolling me at an epic pace the other night, and I might have said some things about you that were not very favorable. But you are a trooper. You showed back up. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you, sir. Dondre Crawford, what's good, sir? SEC Football Tube. SEC Football Tube says, "Can you come on my live stream tonight?" Yes, I'll be there, sir. Last night was the most epic live stream, and I'm not even kidding. You went live last night, and it was it was absolutely hilarious. That's all I'm going to say about it. It was you had me crying, laughing last night with your stream. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen before. So, Justin B, UJ isn't half as good as they were last year. I still think they'll win at 9-10 team in the East this year. Well, Justin B, I don't know. Hey, Small Ball, how you doing, sir? Thank you for joining the stream. Justin B, I don't think that you're necessarily wrong about them not being as good as they were last year. I've said that I think that Georgia. I almost ripped my ear off when I did that. I've said that I think that Georgia is going to be close to as good as they were last year, but not better. Which basically means that I don't think that, in my opinion, I don't think Georgia will make the playoff this year because of the pieces they lost. Now, because of the recruiting and coaching, I see that next year, I think that 2019 is Georgia's year to be the team to beat. Certainly in the East, and they'll be right up there on Alabama's level in the SEC. I think that 2019 is Georgia's year. I still think they'll win the East this year without a problem. So you can say what you want. But that's my opinion. And my opinion is the only thing that matters ever on this channel because it is my channel, and that's the only reason that matters. West Virginia is winning the Big 12. Dondre Crawford, that seems to be a pretty popular opinion, is that the West Virginia will win the Big 12. Listen, here's the thing with the Big 12. The Big 12 is the hardest conference to, well, I would say the Big 10 is pretty hard to judge right now. I'd say that the Big 12, in my opinion, is the hardest conference to pick who's going to win it. There's probably 4 teams that anybody could pick. If clearly the 4 teams are Oklahoma, West Virginia, Texas, and in my opinion, TCU. And all I've heard is Texas, 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 West Virginia, West Virginia, West Virginia, West Virginia. These are going to be the 2 teams that have a chance to knock off Oklahoma off the pedestal this year. Well, I'm here to tell you, I don't know why nobody's talking about TCU. I mean, am I crazy? TCU has the best defense, if not the best, definitely the second best defense in the Big 12, easily, every year. They have, I'd say, the second or third best coach in the Big 12 in Patterson, even though I think Patterson, looks like a high school gym teacher, and he wears that visor, and he's tubby, and bald guys should not wear visors. He doesn't look like a football coach, but he's a good football coach. And TCU's offense is always good. I think I believe that if Oklahoma does not win the Big 12, that's an if, because Oklahoma is the most talented team in the Big 12 year in, year out, just based on recruiting alone, and their coaching is really good too, at least on the offensive side of the ball. If Oklahoma does not win the Big 12, my pick is TCU. And I'm the only one saying that. I don't know why everyone's picking West Virginia. I know Will Greer is the best probably quarterback in the Big 12. But unfortunately, Will Greer does not play defense. And it's that simple. So, and Oklahoma doesn't have Baker Mayfield anymore. Even though this Murray kid's supposed to be pretty good, he still is an unknown as far as I'm concerned. George says, let me go back and see what he says. George says, nah, man, I get drunk. I didn't see you say anything wrong, and I apologize. I went overboard. It's all good, dude. It's all good, man. Listen, 19 Savage, don't... I think that Texas... I said that Texas is going to win 9 or 10 games. Now, if there's any Texas fan out there that has a problem with me saying that Texas is going to win 9 or 10 games, then you and South Carolina fans can go hold hands and jump off a bridge together. Because when's the last time that Texas won 9 or 10 games? It's been a long time. It's been a decade. So that's a compliment for me to say that. I think that Texas is on the way up. But this year, if Texas won the Big 12 this year, I would be shocked. I think that 9 wins, 10 wins, it should be something that Texas should be happy about, considering the fact that they've been winning 5 or 6 games a year, and last year won 7. They're not going to go from 7 to 12 or 11 in 1 year. Now, that could happen. I don't know. I'm not picking that to happen. I think TCU is still better than Texas right now. Yeah. College Football Maniac says he's straight with 9 wins, and you should be, sir. Jazzy TV. Jazzy TV is a Texas A&M fan, and obviously a Bengals video maker. Jazzy TV, at the risk of making you want to come through the computer screen and strangle Pigskin Pete, I invite you to go back and watch my Jimbo Fisher video. Yeah, you'll. I hate Jimbo Fisher, sir. That's pretty much all it comes down to. I think that Texas A&M fans are going to find out really quickly what Jimbo Fisher's all about. He's a good coach. He's a good recruiter. Whether it's 4 years, 5 years, I know he's got a 10-year deal. Doesn't matter. At the end of this Jimbo Fisher Texas A&M marriage, I can pretty much guarantee you that Texas A&M fans are going to hate Jimbo Fisher, because Jimbo Fisher is all about Jimbo Fisher. He's not about any one program. No, I haven't talked about the Josh Allen play. Who's this? This one of you guys calling me? Nope. Hold on, I'm going to take this live on the air. This person doesn't know, though. This will be fun. Hello? What's up, man? I just got home. What's up? No. No, he's not even here right now. He's out with his granddaddy. Yeah. I'm not doing nothing. I'm watching football. Caroline's out of town. Yeah. No. No, I ate them. Yeah. All right. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway, what are you guys talking about in here? Jimbo Fisher is more despicable to me than Urban Meyer. I mean, Jimbo Fisher is just a liar and a snake. That's all he is. Doesn't really matter. All right, so we'll talk about Maryland thing. Since hold on, a Pack fan. A Pack fan. I'm not gonna even answer that question. All right, so the Maryland thing. Sorry, I'm trying to catch my bearings. The Maryland thing is first of all, this kid during spring practice died. This is so depressing to even talk about. So this kid died. So now all of a sudden he had a seizure like 45 minutes into practice. Now is my video still live? Saying something different. Can somebody confirm if I'm online still? Saying I'm not. I'm just sitting here like an idiot, waiting for it to come back on. I don't know what else to do. Am I live? Somebody? Yes? No? I'm okay. Okay, great. No, that's a question.